All right. I'm a little confused. No, I'm not confused. So this open is, for me, is disappointing. Not that I'm long. I went home long Stillwater. I still have some SWC. That's it. That's hopefully a longer term hold. I mean, by longer term, I mean a couple weeks. Um, so if I'm bullish inclined. I mean, most of the time, but that's been tough lately. So I was looking for some follow through on this morning's gap, as I'm sure others were, and it's not there. So we traded up to, what is it, 93.50 area. So on this 15-minute, you see we kind of went above. I drew this yesterday or the other day. That gap close Friday, 192.81. So we kind of rinsed above that overnight. So, that's bull. I mean, we closed this gap, right, for Monday. So that's bullish. It's not a bad thing. Pay big time attention over here on the left to the 60-minute downtrend line. It coincides with the 92.81 gap fill, which happened overnight. So it depends if you're a person that only pays attention to price during market hours or you pay attention to pre-market. But keep an eye, 192.81, very important to see how price acts up there. I think 190.87 on the downside, which was this on the 60-minute here. I talked about was this close, 11 a.m. 1 hour close, September 24th, 190.87. It definitely played, as you can see, a role yesterday as price oscillated around that level, which makes sense because you were re-entering a former breakdown. So that's my first question. Will this 190.87 hold? Which is essentially kind of required to get the rally going again. The one-day rally. Not much of a rally. The 189.65 I talked about yesterday was right around the low. All that was a 50% retracement of the gap, of yesterday's gap. It was also this area previous swing on Tuesday. So we popped into that a little bit, got rid of some people, and bam. Just back to the longer term charts for a second. Monthly, we're going lower. 177 is kind of what I'm thinking. You can see we're not oversold on monthly. 49 RSI. Weekly, this is the thing here. This is very important. This is potentially very bullish candle. So I'm just looking at that and saying, man, I want to buy this somewhere. Is it going to pop above 192.81 and get going and put in a real powerful reversal bar on the weekly? We are oversold on weekly, 31. MACD just in big time negative territory. So this makes me bullish. And that red line there is just that 60-minute trend line that I drew. It's also on this chart. One other thing to note on the, I just noticed this yesterday. If you notice, we on reversal days or big up days here, you get this continuation. Got it there, right here. Got it again, although it faded. Where else? Here, gap up and hold. Gapped up the next day, but it faded. But you see there's continuation, right? Here, what's that? September 24th, gaps up, again, fails. So it does seem, and here we are, right? So I think everybody was expecting a gap up this morning. So predominantly it fails, right? So here, right here, the gap failed the next day. Right here, got back above the 8-day, gap failed the next day. This is the only spot it continued, which was back in the craziness. But you can see, what did this have that we haven't had recently? Volume, big volume. And that was just, I mean, that's a little bit out of context because there was big sell volume, so that was kind of an abnormal volume period. So I was kind of hoping, I guess, that we'd have a gap and go. Right now we have a gap and crap. I guess we'll have a little gap at this point. So I am still long biased. I want to buy. So I will definitely, back in this 191 area here, I will give it a shot most likely, and I will definitely pay attention to moves above that gap close 192.81. And very shortly, because I'm going too long here, oil. This is the thing, man. This is what's happening this morning. I should have started with this. Look at that monthly reversal candle. So the close of that was 15.89. Right now we're 15.19. So we might run towards that, right? You see this weekly? Definitely oversold. 14 RSI on the monthly. Weekly oversold. But maybe a little bit of turning here. If I zoom in, see that on the MACD? Definitely had this weekly RSI divergence, right? RSI was lower here. Price was higher. Then price was here. Price was lower here, but RSI was higher. And then here, this pattern. Wow. I mean, lots going on. 50-day, 1473. So you can see we've been battling around that. And there's that on the 60-minute trend line. We're over that. So this thing can get going. Big time. Above 15. You know, so you can get up here, 1524. Then you have Bollinger's 1540. I found this thing, OIL. Might be a decent way to play it. Goldman Sachs Crude Oil Index. Looks to track it pretty well. Volume, average 20-day volume, 3.5 million shares. Not bad. So I will definitely be looking for oil names to buy. I have a couple. You know, the question is whether you're going to do the little crap ones or like the Exxons and the Chevrons, you know. It's like two different things. But yeah, you see Chevrons popping up here. Exxon popping up. So that's something definitely to watch. And I think the oil rally is going to hold today because you've had this big kind of pattern here, right? I figured it would fail below here, but you can see it's like a descending triangle that appears to be breaking to the upside this morning. All right, that's too long. 9 minutes. Ay. Good luck, everybody. Later.